Yeah, I do think the Queen is definitely viable here, especially against this Moira style. Reaper, not actually the best hero against Queen. You know, you want to get close, but then you get hit with that big axe. And,
okay, chat. Wait,
Queen
what's the predictions looking like right now?
Your hitbox pretty small on Queen. I feel like Queen's just a better Reaper in many cases.
Yeah.
Wow, 50-50 right now.
On that off angle already, pressuring Vistola away from the choke here.
Oh shit! Wait, I gotta move my stuff.
No real long-range capability of an SRP checker because they're going without Sojourn here. Saw it on the Reaper, something we saw from him on occasion this year, but there it is. Fire falls to a Carnage swing. Shockwave pinned to the wall there. Sauna right up in his face, and Gala's able to finish off the kill. And Sky being brought down now means it's just Funny Astro for heals.
Yeah, Hadi's gonna have to hit big lifesteal, but I think this is gonna swing the way of SRP Chick taking the opening fight. You know, one mistake by Wade Kepster striking back, probably not gonna be enough, but if you just get one more. Okay.
Yo, they were just shit talking the Reaper. The Reaper popping.
Played the Reaper throughout the course of this tournament. They've actually really tried to play Sojourn whenever possible. It was actually their opponents that have done most of the dabbling here. Kevs is off the Genji now to the Tracer.
Yeah, I mean, I think this shows Exoblivione, they want to commit to the Queen comp. They don't want to take the mirror of this Reaper style. I think this really isn't, especially with how many of these high-skill heroes they've been sticking with all tournament long. I think to take the Moira Reaper mirror, sometimes you might have to, but I think they do want to avoid it if there's anything else that can work.
Open with Call. Wall gets you straight through here now. Oh, okay, nice. That's pretty nasty anti-heal there from Hardy, and Gala's going to be falling. Ghost now, the Coalescence doesn't feel nearly as impactful when he can't heal the rest of his team up. And Fire will fall. Hardy can walk right on up of Vistola, who does cannily sidestep the axe swing. Won't be enough, though, to keep SRP checking.
I mean, one ult for two ults is not that bad.
Life so much more difficult. Hero can just kite you around all day long. And, you know, at the lower levels, people might think, oh, Moira's pretty good against Tracer. All right, when it's Kevster, it's a different situation, right? There's no real burst damage from Moira. And so an elite Tracer like Kevster is just always going to win those 1v1s.
Yeah, walk up and you one-clip you. You don't do more damage to someone if you're closer to them as Moira, so it doesn't benefit you to take that kind of fight. Shockwave might transition to the high ground here to get value out of this overclock. Instead, opts to stay here on the low. It's going to force an instant ice block out of Fire there as Vistola does push up with this annihilation. Shockwave's able to LOS it for the time being, but Sauna brings Kevster down. That's 2 for the Sojourn, though. Despite being pushed off the point here, Exoblivione still have a look in this fight, but Vistola is so durable.
Holy shit, SRP check kind of rolling it down right now.
Yeah, a couple trades there not going their way, and honestly, this Moira Reaper comp is just so durable on the point. Yes, you got the Queen ult to deal with this, you know, Moira healing, but that's not going to be up every fight, right? Most fights, this Moira is getting enormous value, and as much damage as you can deal on the Queen, it just gets healed right up. Vistola as well doesn't mind 1v1 in the Queen. I think the key is for Queen to find these big AoEs, but you see Vistola always in Hadi's space, not letting him get that value.
Nah, again, opens the fight with yet another Coalescence. Ghost is building awfully quick.
Bro.
The Death Blossom there only claims Hardy, but that's more than enough now, as Exoblivione are well and truly on the back foot.
Yeah, going to chase them all the way to the spawn here, and Kevster almost certainly is going to get a final touch here. Shockwave, ooh, really playing with fire there. 1 HP, trust the healers to be there. Kevster threatens the back cap, and Sauna finds a pick on Vistola. Okay, this could be falling apart here. SR peak check certainly going to lose the fight. And they even come in a mail.
God damn, you know what's actually crazy,
them,
dude?
right? Like, it's not going to go their way.
Ultimate, that's fascinating. Gala won't.
Yeah, down Vistola. That's.
I actually kind of like Jake's casting.
On the Ghost. They're not going to kill him.
I guess
they can go
Jake going from a pro player to a caster's.
Now they only have 1 sound barrier to fight.
I think they just threw the entire round away, Mitch. Look at the ultra Exoblivione there, full control now. You make one slip up against players of this caliber, they will just run you down. I mean, absolutely everything now back in their favor.
Jake is a fucking smart player, dude.
Barrier, right? But then everything else can come down from Exoblivione. If they stall this fight, it could also even be last fight. SRP
I remember pre-Overwatch League. I remember playing against him. He was a very smart player to go against.
And the fight's already over. Sound barrier, I mean, forget about it. Use it next time. Exoblivione still have a bit of ground to make up, and SRP check have a buffer.
Oh, wait, that's weird.
Quick,
they're allowing skins for the tournament?
Only 1 ultimate coming out of Exoblivione. Masterful play, right? They're sitting on everything they need. Fi goes to Genji. This is a terrible pick. This is really indefensible. I don't know why he's doing that.
Well, throw the Blizzard away. Hoping, I guess, for
They is still a better
bit
hero.
of extra mobility. Still die the same way to a charged railgun, though.
Yeah, a lot of heroes can bully you on the map.
Yeah,
right
there's
now,
no way Exoblivione loses this. 4 ults. They have...
Vortex pushing everybody back here as Kevster now wants to look for the core of SRP check. They are death balling right now and almost a one.
Oh!
Ghost didn't have the fade available, I guess. Faded pre-Coalescence. Beautiful Rampage. That'll get the job done here as Exoblivione will take the first round on Samoa.
Oh, I'm glad I called out the Tracer versus Moira matchup because Kevster just, I mean, he just put on a show. Threatens the one clip, forces the fade, sticks the call. You just got work, son. You just got work. That's name value right there. That is name value being flexed on the server.
In days past, you couldn't do anything about that. You get stuck during a call, you couldn't fade out of it. Now you can. But if you have that forced early,
Jay furiously taking notes. Man, listen, if I was in this tournament, bro, we would already won. Everyone would have dropped out. They would have saw my name and they would have been scared.
Consequence there. I think Fire may be feeling pretty unhappy after losing a Blizzard in that previous final, committing it for no effect, and then wondering how to get back to the point as fast as possible. The Queen comp paying off here.
Yeah, feeling like they can win and just outscale their opponents. Maybe that is the case. It's going to be a different comp coming out from SRP Check. I don't know about this. Brig and Tracer. I feel like isn't Lucio better against Queen? In my eyes, it's much better against Queen. You know, this is a little scary for me. I think things are starting to get weird. You do have Sauna on the Tracer, relatively uncontested. Is going to be able to potentially bully Kevster around with the help of those Brig packs.
Well, you don't have an answer to Rampage anymore from your supports.
No, you just have to cancel it with Rally, but that starts to get kind of sketchy, right? Like you're not in position for 1 second. Team gets antied, and you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, but you know, Rally stun, I guess. Queen as she comes in, but that's a thin margin at this level, especially. Sauna boop to smithereens now as Shockwave will make it punishing to push back inside that disruptor shot. Exoblivione taking all the real estate here. SRP Check forced to regroup.
Yeah, you start to wonder, like, Sauna, yes, he's going to get break packed, but, you know, you're coming up against Skyripa and Funny Astro, two very adept support players at battling Tracer, and so...
Do you recognize any of the players in NA and top 500 games? Oh, yeah, we know everyone. We played with and against a lot of these players.
Just stand in the open. No one's shooting back at him.
I don't know who Ghost 91 is, though. I know Gala, Vistola, Sauna, Funny Astro, Putty, Kevster, Shockwave.
Now he can play from the high ground once more.
No one's looking at him.
Uncontested, free firing down, and Hardy is free to tear.
Fucking A, Hardy is fucking kicking ass.
Somehow they're in the fight, but only 8%, so not too much value. Just slowing down Exoblivione from finishing the map a little bit there. But this lack of hit scan, I really feel like Shockwave is just getting away with murder right now. It's hard to see how this works. I think Sauna, yes, he's got Pulse Bomb, right? But you're up against Kiriko, Lucio, very evasive heroes who can also save their teammates if you do manage to land the stick.
SRP Check look like a different team. It's day and night. They look so uncomfortable against Exoblivione here, forced onto very different comps than what we've seen from them this entire tournament.
Yeah, I think maybe it's possible here that Exoblivione, they've been holding on to this Queen comp as a trump card, and now SRP Check felt that and trying to make a, you know, last-minute adaptation. This is just the first map. They've got more time to think in the series, but honestly, it's not looking good.
Here's the Blizzard Fire. Make sure that gets off properly, instantly into Ice Block, which Kevster is more than happy to oblige. Blizzard catches absolutely no one. It's just an adornment here, very out of place on a map like Samoa. That's really the only function it fulfills.
Yeah, for me, this Kiriko, Lucio are like the best supports you could ever have against Mei. Perfect saves, perfect cleanse. So hard to get value on the Blizzard.
Here's the blade. Kevster's looking for it now. Sound Barrier comes out. He does get interrupted midway through, but it's just a brief stun, and then it's back to work. It's clock in, clock out Overwatch for Kevster. Okay. The one kill's all he's going to get from it, though, is Vistola's able to find that annihilation here. Sort of
popping blade and watching the Brig just rally is the funniest shit ever.
The raid boss Brig Bap, it is a very difficult thing to kill, even with Dragon Blade and Sound Barrier committed. However, you know, that's every ult out of SRP Check. They do have the amplification matrix, but I could see Hottie just disrespecting it with a massive Queen ult.
Sarita, pre-sponsor 40 months.
Dash reset follow-ups, and Skyripa
How you doing,
as well as Shockwave on their ultimates to finish this fight. Very tough test, right? And I think Ghost has to find like solo kills essentially with this window. It's very much a ton of pressure on him in this fight.
Last time we tried to do that, Jake, he just got picked by Shockwave and killed instantly. So it does give you that offense, but it doesn't make you any more safe playing a more prominent spot on the map. Very susceptible, of course, to that hit scan damage. Hardy wants to line this one up. Love a big rampage, but more than happy to pull people down to the point. Oh, straight through the out matrix. Here we go. Sauna and Gala both here with that anti-heal. Sauna able to shake it off, though, of course, with a timely recall. But my goodness,
yeah, holy shit, bro.
Exoblivione eventually come back in,
Exoblivione is just looking too fucking clean right now, dude.
And they'll be taking Samoa away.
A Midtown Christmas map?
I mean, people would call Hottie like the
a
most
New York Christmas
focused player
map
on the
will
squad
kind
as
of
far as,
slap,
like, okay,
chat.
he's a Reinhardt specialist. However, even he's got the flexibility, and the rest of the guys on the squad, I mean, they literally can play every single hero in the game. You can put Kevster on support. You can put Kevster on tank. He will own. Kevster's like rank 1 on all. He can get rank 1 on all roles. Yeah. Like, he just takes over Europe. So, you know, there's just a raw strength here that's kind of hard to match. We'll see what they like to go out with on the offense here. I think this will be a more telling map. It's a little bit more static, a little bit more longer term. I would expect to see that rush style come out that we see dominate North America.
Listen, bro, 5 years.
In the lower semis.
5 years, bro.
More of those chokes. Then we're dealing, of course, with the high-low ground dichotomy in that second phase of the map with the underpass for the attackers to navigate.
Wait, Vestola's on Hog.
Okay, he's doing it.
All right. Vestola showing what he's been cooking. I mean, this Hog hero, for me, is actually decent. I think can work, especially with Kiriko. But I think, honestly, once they see Hog, they're going to swap. I think they're going to come out with a full counter comp.
Winston.
Yeah, I think at least a few heroes will change. Gala is slept, but...
Oh no, the pickup!
Oh my
Sky
god.
Reaper, that is absolutely filthy, my guy.
Yeah, I like the swap to Genji too. No defensive support ultimate for SR Peak, so that Nano Blade is going to come down like a ton of bricks later on in this map.
Look at this out-rotation. They have the point now.
Big pick though.
Great shot. Get rid of the Arctic here. That means you don't have a Bionade to put pressure down on the Hog, especially in the absence of Kiriko.
Oh, come on, man. You got to get that kill.
He only got a whole tick from that, though. Vestola almost has the
there
pick.
You go.
Funny Astro down. Eventually, Hardy will be removed.
Yeah, I think that pick.
Oh, come on, dude. Vestola, I mean, you're better than this, bro.
Not only
someone get Unsalt Assault on the line.
From Exoblivione, but it's also one of the most important threats. The Bionade is critical. Hottie gonna feel the Queen. I wonder. I think this Hog comp has genuine merit. For me, this is not a troll hero anymore in Overwatch. I think it absolutely can work, and you need to have a well thought out answer. Exoblivione going over to the Queen, little comfort they showed last map. Maybe that'll be enough. But I do feel Hog can be played against Queen.
Mistook there from Vestola. Kevster getting a lot of free poke. He's going to be able to charge up those blades pretty frequently here. Wants to try and push into the Hog.
Heal resource low.
He's running out of heals.
Yeah,
they got him
down. And the Genji, right, offers so much more poke pressure onto the tank. Oh, Kevster's going to kill them all here.
Oh, there's the deflect.
God damn, dude. Kevster's going. Oh my god.
So gross, Kevster.
Oh my god.
Matrix, they were anything but.
God, he is just different on the Genji, man. You watch him play, and he keeps hitting the head. He can't keep doing this, but he keeps hitting the head. There's no way these Kiriko are delaying themselves. These guys are dead. There's a Lucio on the enemy team, guys.
Yeah, this is some serious stagger now.
Yeah, they're staggering themselves big time. I don't know what they're doing.
For this next phase.
I've been popping off and like talking so much smack about how all these tier 2 players, you know, this is their time to shine. They are not shining right now. I've seen things like this before.
Jake.
When Overwatch League teams scrim contenders teams, I've seen this before, right? It's just an absolute beatdown on many levels. Fi's getting dodged completely. They're diving onto his backline. Oh man, this could be a complete stomp.
Yeah, Ghana.
Yo.
Slowing Kevster down. And 5, by the way, just returning.
No, nice one. You already have ult.
Honestly, it's a huge error though from Mei and Kiriko. You guys can't stay behind. There's a Lucio on the enemy team, right? They will always catch you, except when they choose not to. Yeah. They leave you behind, go kill the rest of your squad. I mean, this is just levels on levels here. This is like a different tier of Overwatch being played on the server, and I'm starting to get very worried for SR Peak Check. I think they're probably starting to feel this too. Just the presence from all these players on Exoblivione. So, still 4 ults. That was just the blade from Kevster.
To the high ground, I think, goes Sauna. Oh, Fi spotted. Shockwave able to get away from him, though. Ghost gets caught. The knife? Oh, man. From bad to worse, and worse again it goes. Blizzard there on the car for Stola's hit with an anti-heal, though, and Shockwave is dialed in on the road.
I think they need to get off that Mei pick, man. They need to get off that Mei pick, like, fast.
The car gets awful close.
Is Fi, like, nice only a Mei player?
From Vestola and Fi, I think they Blizzard Hottie and then cancel his Queen ult with a quick hook,
I think they need to get off Mei, dude.
Combo. Usually Queen can get
They're not using Mei to its full utility.
He's in there with a cleanse, and it's a reset. Zarya. Yikes, this is a yikes for me, dog. This game's done. Like,
bro, I need one more hour to get the Sombra skin on Emo stream, and he's not live.
How do you feel about that strategy, Mitch? You like letting Shockwave?
Chat, who's gonna tell him?
That's for sure.
Not me.
That's how Peak Check should notice, because they curated their comps to make sure Sauna can do just that. Sauna is not trying to play to Sojourn.
No, and I feel like he needs to. I think somebody's got to duel Shockwave. I mean, Overclock comes out. Please miss Shockwave. Pray for him. Okay, they're blocking it well. I mean, they are a very tanky comp here. And,
until the most important person gets picked up. Oh, damn.
Surely it's fine to lose your Baptiste at the start of the fight.
Oh, dear. Even with the Ant Matrix in play, Ghost again, just sort of. I mean, he just had his hindquarter served up to him there.
God, Kessler, he's just so slippery on the Genji, you know, in and out, always making his presence felt. Never baits his team and still does massive, massive damage on this hero. And now another Blade, no answer. Just Pistola with perfect bubbles. That's really the only way you're surviving this Blade. It is a big bad backline, pretty durable, but I think Kevster could just wait for this Kitsune rush, and then that should be just too much DPS.
Here goes the Blade. Kevster is in the bubbles, though. Still have a stop in his tracks. Nicely done. Immortality field there from Ghost. Definitely assists. Sauna is picked up, though, but Vistola is ready to rumble.
Wait, they're committing ults, and there's only 3 of them?
Queen is coming. Great Blizzard to force a disengage, and now Hardy's in an awkward position. Nicely done by SRP check to respond by these pros.
I mean, they got mailed out, but
right-hand side of the card.
I'm actually really surprised they committed
in the right place. And
after losing 2.
A little impatient with the Blade there. Would have loved to see Kitsune rush to open the fight, get some of the cooldowns out.
Oh, buddy.
You played Zarya. You've made a grievous error. Hadi onto his special to ride. Big ults coming up for SRP check. Sana onto the Sojourn, though, so I think a few things I do like coming out of the reactions. And yes, Ryan is good against Zarya, but Grab, very potent ultimate. Even Sound Barrier sometimes is not enough.
Sauna forced down from the low ground here. Hardy will be taking his sweet time. Kevster eats a fair bit of incidental poke there. Pistola, though, struggling to get that charge this early point of the fight. Here's the Grab. Happy just to catch.
Damn, they really don't like Shockwave.
The Sound Barrier is enough. Shockwave's able to get away just in time, but eventually he's picked up by Sauna at that longer distance, and Hardy on the back foot here. So that strength of ultimates, rally, and the Grab, plus Ant Matrix is enough to get the fight win.
Yeah, and now Vistola does have the opportunity to swap if he wants to. He is high charge, though, so might want to snowball. I would love to see maybe a Sigma come out now that Gala's on the Zen, maybe play a little bit more of a poking style, but Vistola feels like he can make the Zarya work in this matchup. I don't think it's impossible, especially now that Bastion's not such a dominant hero, not feeling so good bringing that out if you're Exhibivione. It is going to be an overclock, though, and pretty much uncontested here.
You know what pains me to see, chat? Kevster on May. It just pains me to see that.
Without these ultimates in play, how does Hardy take space? He just walks up here on Vistola and crushes him beneath the hammer. Sky though gets picked off. Gala gets a nice little, I mean, God, the guy can do everything. It's kind of wild. Here's the overclock though. Iceblock instantly. Sauna trying to hold his ground as Fine just stalls the car with his frozen bulk. Shockwave is hungry. He's looking for the kill here.
Shockwave!
Actually wins out the fight. Shockwave a little hasty maybe. Fine just wants to stall. Vistola comes to the rescue. Switching to the
shot, dude!
Beautiful play by Gala. If he doesn't find that pick on Sky, I think that fight is done. So massive, massive find from the Zen in that fight. Keeps the team alive. And Sana, very well done. I mean, honestly, Shockwave misses a couple easy shots there on the Soj, but Sana capitalizes, turns the fight. And now I'm in a situation where I'm starting to like SRP check's comp. Starts to look a little bit better. The Orisa, maybe a hero who can actually face down the Rhine and has a response to Earth Shatter. So Hadi gonna have to find some kind of backliner or maybe try to get Vistola out of cooldowns. Easier said than done.
Hardy's gonna have trouble having his shield by the time he gets into these fights. It's gonna take a lot of pressure there from the fusion driver. And Sauna is in that spot. This is what we are hoping to see from SRP check. Facilitate for your Sojo to have high impact. Disrupt the shot will force Sauna out of that corner. They'll be healed from the high ground though.
Still though, long fights I feel like are going to favor this Zen, just poking and poking.
There is an elevator on this map. When did they put that in? That's always been a part of the map, my friend.
Great presence of mind from Vistola. And it does come out though. Shatter has an opportunity.
Hardy might want to go for this from behind the card. He sees it all. He sees every timeline of Vistola gets shattered. The Immortality field came out a little bit early, perhaps by necessity, but that's all the opening Exhibivione need to twist the knife.
At least they cap.
Great job by SRP check though, keeping that map in contention. It is a full cap from Exhibivione. They're feeling pretty good about this.
SRP check kind of like trolled the first and second point, but they had a good third point
so much worse at the start of the map for SRP check. It looked like they were just getting blown out of the water. They find those definitely unpracticed adaptations, right? There's a lot of swaps there that are a little bit rough around the edges, right? Maybe they could have been slightly more optimal, but SRP check find the way through to force an overtime finish and are still in contention for the map.
I mean, Vistola plays what Hog, Ramatra. He ends up playing the Orisa as well.
Zarya. I mean, seriously, a ton of heroes coming out. I'm more worried though than the hero picks about that. The way that first part of the map went, it was just Exhibivione was just dancing with them. You know, like I'm gonna let you live. You've made such a bad mistake trying to live in that flank. I'm gonna punish you by just like making it worse. Let you live, kill the rest of your team. We'll finish you off last. for me, those types of moments are when you really feel the difference between players. You know,
but no, the NA finals, the NA finals start at 5 p.m. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch that, but we'll watch it probably tomorrow, chat.
But you start to see how much value they can offer, and it starts to make sense.
And Sky Reaper started off that very first fight.
Are you planning on playing any Lethal Company later today? Probably not. No. I have to end early again today.
Some chance to fight back, especially, I mean, for me, Gala and Ghost have been making some big plays on the support line. Definitely, I would say the most unknown players on the roster with the least experience, and yet still, they've been standing toe-to-toe, so there is hope yet on Midtown. Vistola gonna go for the hog attack.
Devil's Babe, I appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend.
But it is the Mei again.
Hog Tracer Mei Zen.
I feel so much better with the Sojourn here, honestly, for SR Peak check. And maybe Sana agrees. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and what were they expecting to see from Exoblivione? Maybe they expected him from
maybe the Winston. It could be. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty strong answer to the Winston comp. They do like the matchup against the Queen with the Zarya. I think that's being shown pretty well here. And I think, honestly, if Vistola can
Does anyone know if Fi is a Mei one-trick chat? I've only been seeing Fi play Mei.
Toe-to-toe with a consistent throughput.
I mean, look how Vistola bullies his own way through the
No, he plays hit scan. Why is he on Mei a lot?
Has to be very scared. I mean, they can all be caught by a quick shout.
I feel like if he switched, it would be like
Vistola here. Pretty low charge, just bubbling one cell.
Better.
Tries to at least get onto the point here.
It's the Maida.
Damage. You cannot block it, so he'll just be floating in this.
Damn, that permanent zero charge. Oh, he's being charged.
Further. Commanding shout there for Hardy now as the gap gets closed. Vistola loses the shield. Wall thrown up by Fire to buy a little bit more time, and now this Zarya is starting to hit a little bit harder. Yeah, this is a moment to find something, but Exoblivione, they're so evasive, rotating away, staying off the backline, and now Hadi might find a chance to connect here. Vistola not able to do too much, but everyone is dodging
nice
so
right
well,
click.
and the break backline is just too durable. So we see Exoblivione dance a bunch, right? They keep themselves at arm's length from SR Peak check, but
oh, wait a minute, he's popping. He's popping now.
Right? They do have a Sojourn there, but they actually get picked by Sauna first, who makes that switch off the Tracer.
Yeah, it's got to be these like catches with crucially commanding shout. You see how long Hadi held on to that skill in the fight because it really enables Genji to get in there and dive. But I think Brig and Bat from Gala and Ghost is a great choice. You know, Kevster needs to find these pickoffs on backline heroes, and now there's no one who's really an obvious target. Yeah.
Sauna with that off angle once more. Oh my goodness.
Shot.
Yeah. Not even the Ant Matrix required there. Funny Astro just gets caught in midair. That's the risk sometimes. You do get caught out in the open. Even a seasoned veteran like Mr. Hathaway can't hang around there. Big charge for Vistola now, just letting that shield recoup somewhat before really laying his claim to this high ground. With the grab in hand, who can argue?
Would love to see a grab to cancel the Queen ult here. Deny it from any mobility. Could be a great option for Vistola. Maybe the Blade. I think he needs to shut down some kind of ultimate with this grab to really get max value.
I would say
the Brink, so Gala could be interrupting that as well, but 3 players do get hit by the Rampage. Right, though,
damn, dude, I was gonna say, I would say grab for the Blade.
Here comes the Blade though for Kevster. This is the time, but he's so low already, and he'll be waiting for the main pick, which he doesn't even get. The wall comes down as the grab came in, but the sound barrier was there for Funny Astro. So grab doesn't do a whole lot here, and eventually SRP check are being bled dry.
And as the attackers, right, you've got to send somebody to the low ground payload. It really punishes you in that fight. Both supports on Car and can't help follow up. And another brutal Saul goes. This is what
poor Ghost, bro.
They will not kill you until you're actually going to escape. And now,
poor Ghost, man.
If they want to take it. Very aggressive.
That is exactly why I don't agree with that shit that they're trying to put in the fucking game. That the grouped up respawns. I hate that shit. A quick play, sure, not comp.
Back it up here towards the stairwell. It's an overclock on deck here for Shockwave and Sauna. So Sojourn's here looking to be headliners in the next fight.
Kiriko pretty tough to fight into, right? Brigbap relies on just being durable. They don't escape. But now, diving right on top, Kiriko to follow. Scary with window, though.
All right, Shockwave does get rid of that immortality field. And Matrix, yeah, definitely a deterrent here for Exoblivione to drop down. Hardy now being out of the picture as well. That really hamstrings you.
Yeah, needs to come back on a faster hero to touch the cart, but Kevster might have to die for this just to keep the overtime going. Doesn't use dash, though. He'll be able to get out.
There's the deflect. Suzu, here's the Doomfist. That is the switch for Hardy, coming back on something with more mobility. Sky Reaper getting pressured heavily there on that right-hand side. Has to burn the Swift Step, and Hardy eventually gets brought down. But that's the pick you're looking for. You need more of that. Sort of starting to reciprocate, though, as both the Sojourns are cutting a path through the opposition. Fire getting brought down. There's something here. I can feel it. Pistola's healthy though, but they get the
Wait a minute. SRP check kind of bringing it back here.
Yeah, this Brigbab Zarya core really proving.
I'm kind of impressed. I thought they were going to get rolled.
Was looking for, right? Even when Hadi finds the big ults with Queen, right? Zarya's a great hero, got 2 separate cleanses, right? If you get your whole team hit, yeah, you're in trouble, but with Brig and Bath, people can spread out, play wide, and Sana, now that he's on this Sojourn, I really feel like he's going toe-to-toe with Shockwave. His team needed him to take this mirror, and he's delivering.
We were asking for it now. They're delivering. Kempster there getting burnt a little bit in mid-air as he tries to play that mid-range game for now. He has a blade in hand. So much defensive architecture to burn through before that can really cut real flesh.
Oh, they pulled out the Widow.
Against the Widow. Shockwave. Oh, God, he's fighting the Mei at close range. He does not care.
He's got to opt out here. Gets topped up now. Through the poison mine. Fires out of position here. Rally ignored by Kempster largely. Doesn't want to get stunned up midway through this though, so the blade expires, and the Brig response was good, but it's the follow-up damage that was even worse.
He is nice with the Genji, and the Widow comes out. A great way to punish the Zarya, right? That's one of Zarya's weaknesses, the instant burst kills from Widow. Like, yeah, Sojourn, she takes a little bit to set up her burst, right? And Zarya can get in there with a bubble and disrupt those plays. But with Widow, people just drop, and Zarya just feels terrible into this matchup. But he kind of has to use grab. He feels like he can't swap, and just what a heads-up read from Shockwave.
So
Not
nice.
The hero of the meta. Everyone's been playing Sojourn, but Shockwave finds exactly the hero for the moment.
Solar now knows if he drops below or loses his shield, he could die instantly. It's not a risk you can afford to take, which means you can be less aggressive and take less space as a result.
Hard to find a beat here. Double defensive ults online.
Shockwave constantly moving here, never remaining in one spot. Okay, that's the pick. Kempster's down. Infrasight though yields the big kill. The info in the Baptiste position is all Shockwave needs to capitalize. With Sauna now down, your hit scan pressure is gone, and we're down to 1 minute and 42. There was over 3 minutes for SRP check heading into this phase of the map. Now much of that is gone.
Yeah, with this Zarya comp, right? You know, SRP check, they want to play long, slow fights, you know, poke,
Are they not
trade,
allowed to
poke,
use
trade,
skins?
Widow,
They're using skins right now. He has a gold weapon.
There's no scarier hero to play a long and slow
They're using
fight
skins.
against, you know,
Apparently,
your teammates just start
you're not
dropping
supposed
like
to
flies
use skins,
with
but
Shockwave in the server.
they have
not many
skins
better
on.
players in the world to handle the Widowmaker.
It's Tracer time here for Sauna. You've got to put pressure on Shockwave. How good is this, by the way? So many different compositions getting shown in this map.
I like the double hit scan from Kempster.
I'm actually really surprised he did not get that kill.
Also a tough hero to play into Zarya, and now there's just so much one-shot threat. Sana is going to have to like go alone, maybe with Gala's help to pressure the backline, but they're so far away, and Astro and Sky can peel. I just feel like this comp is getting scary. For me, there's no good answer to Widowmaker. Look at this Tracer. How do you cross that sideline?
Gala living dangerously. Here's that grab, though. Sound barrier is an option for Funny Astro, but it's not enough when you got the Blizzard involved there as well. So Continue Rush gets burnt there to little effect. Where does Sky Ripper go? Back to his backline now. The Widow hasn't found much purchase here in these last couple
40
of moments.
seconds, chat.
Scary now. SRP check threatening to finish the map with a little bit of time bank remaining. Here comes Kempster pushing up. Susie for Vistola is going to be a Kitsune rush now to try and send SRP check forward. But Hardy comes in. The top rope. Garlic gets taken down. The bleed is real. Hardy swings for the fence of Vistola is bisected. And 20
Did you like my doggo watching your stream? Yeah, that was cute.
Laid to rest, but Fire finds 2.
Oh my god. Tea time. Breach match of 3 months.
And now it's all up to Sauna.
There's going to be one more contest from SRP check, but I think it's going to be desperate. It's going to be down numbers, and a hero like Queen, there's not many scary heroes in the game to be forced to run into.
Oh, he had recall too, and he had pulse.
That's going to be all. Vistola almost gets broken behind the power block, and Ex Oblivioni take the map away. Okay, so I was wondering if we would see this. Gala deciding here. Right,
so the carry.
And they played Kiriko Bap on Flashpoint against most teams. I was wondering if they just do it differently against.
They were really committed to the maid,
feeling
dude.
Like they needed the Lucio here, but yeah, so slightly lower mobility composition.
But I think Maid's good on first point.
We get a lot of value in their previous series on New Junk City playing this kind of style, even without the speed. Kempster already is on the hunt, making use, of course, of that Genji verticality here. Trying to get zeroed in on where the supports are. Gala has to Suzu himself and sheepishly back away.
Yeah, great play there. I do think, though, this double flex support is going to be scary.
Don't you guys love immortality?
Hadi dropping so low, though, might be getting bullied back. Is going to live, but hey, time started to tick up. Kempster, you've got to find something, or, you know, the point will slip away.
Yeah, okay, a little late there for Kempster. Eventually goes after Gala, who again Suzu's himself. Shockwave's already picked off, so just a war of attrition being won here by SR Peak Check.
And that is how they will win, right? Long, extended fights will favor SR Peachek with this greedy double flex support backline. So if they can stay alive, if Gala can keep going toe-to-toe
I don't think May's good into that comp. May is really good for first point. I like it. August.
It'll start with a drip and then it'll be a flood, right?
Appreciate that for 4 months.
One kill, everyone is going to die.
Yeah, what's the green light?
Very
What's the green light for an engagement from Ex-Oblivione?
That's
like
a green light.
Okay.
Any kill, right? Any kill, you snowball it into more. Funny Astro going to help Kevster a little bit more, leaning onto that side of the map. Like that choice. Overwhelm these flex supports with Genji, with Lucio. Get on the back line.
Pistola hard to shift right now, but most of the attention is on what's behind him. As Hardy, well, he already sorted up to the back line and slapped Gala senseless. Pistola is able to get Shockwave, but there it is. If there isn't a pick, how do you decide how does Queen comp engages? In like a neutral fight like that, are you just looking to generate a pick? Because the longer that fight goes, again, like you mentioned, the BAP comp.
Wait, are those close? I've never seen that. I play on low settings. I've never seen that before.
Instead of with the Queen, right? Instead of typically with the main core of the group, that's where you want to sit on Lucio, right? I want to see Astro more with Kevster and Shockwave, taking these flank angles and getting in the mix on his own, right? I know Astro can handle the Lucio and put out big damage, assist and help kill off these backliners. You can't let SR Peachek get away with this greed. I don't mind the comp from SR Peachek, but it's a bit of a skill test for Ex-Oblivione. Like, can they just find these backline burst kills?
They're on a clock.
Now with big ults, though, they have many more options. They can play a little bit slower, ult one by one, and look at Gala, already so low.
We need a self-Suzu counter, I think, for Gala, because that seems to be what heralds disaster.
I mean, it's good play, though, right? I think he has to Suzu himself, because, if he falls, or even if he just retreats to his backline and isn't fighting for the space, I mean, he's the hero to do it, right?
I think SR Peachek is in trouble, chat. I don't think they have another recontest. They lost first point. That's crazy.
You'd rather, as Kiriko, fight the Genji than force your BAP to do the same. Right. BAP has to be healing. He has to be just having that maximum throughput. But again, with just one ult, right? This is just that experience differential.
When is there going to be a new Flashpoint map?
Not over ulting.
Good question, man.
So I was kind of criticizing them in their earlier matches for playing a little bit
They're trying
looser,
to come out with so many of these new game modes, yet they're not coming out new maps for the already pre-existing game modes.
Good ults for both teams, but I'm getting a little worried, right? If Gala drops a Suzu on himself this time,
I think
you're going to have Queen ult come in and just absolutely annihilate you. That's your only defensive tool. You have to hold on to Suzu, but so difficult to do with Kevster.
I'm really excited for that Hanamura, though, 5 CP.
High given up here voluntarily by Ex-Oblivione as Vistola comes knocking.
Hanaoka or something? I think it's what it's called.
Ramatra's Lord and Savior, I'll tell you that much. Talking about himself for the next 10 minutes. Shockwave picked off by Sauna, though, so that high ground does at least yield a really good opportunity for Sauna to cut Ex-Oblivione down to size. Kitsune Rush used here by Sky Reaper.
Gala down, hold on.
All right, Sound Barrier to follow up here. Here's the play. This is dangerous now. Immortality Field was good. It's enough to buy time, and Kevster will be thwarted, but only briefly. Eventually, he comes knocking, and Ghost is down. Still, players on the pointy for SR Peachek, and Hardy's low. Shockwave wants to work this off angle, and he's almost got a fully charged rail. He's looking dangerous now as he moves up to start the cap. Vistola's low as well.
Yeah, support's just getting back, going to keep Vistola up, but the point does flip back in favor of Ex-Oblivione, and Hardy's still holding on to the Queen ult. So once again, Gala really scared to ever commit that Kiriko Suzu, and you split against this Genji and Lucio, they will find you and hunt you so hard to take space away with Lucio on the map.
Kevster moving up, sees a backline, they're looking juicy, but wants to stay on the periphery for now, especially as the Kitsune Rush comes out. Deflects some of those shots from Sauna. He fears a railgun, but Sauna held onto it. Yep, he's able to bring the Genji down, but elsewhere, the front line collapses for SR Peachek.
I get my new keyboard soon.
With that rampage.
Yeah, and without the tank, you're mostly just relegated to peeking away, trying to get some kind of extra pick, but no one's going to be able to clear Hardy off the point right now.
60% and counting. You have one more fight here. Is this our Peachek? Once Vistola returns, and he's on the Zarya once more, Jake.
Yeah, a solid answer to both the Queen ult and to just, be able to fight the Genji a little bit more consistently than Ramatra. But I wonder, can he get energized? Crucial on the Zarya to find high energy.
That wall going to give Fire an opportunity here to punish Hardy, but Hardy sees the writing on the wall.
Keyboard?
He says, I'm not going to play without
no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, give the flip for an Ant Matrix. But
since I got a new mouse and a new headset, I was like, fuck it, I'll get a new keyboard too.
Lucio and Kiriko, so easy to play around Mayalt. We'll see if they can catch Hardy.
They weren't ready for this Blizzard. They were not ready for that at all. Sky Reaper Alicia with a cleanse available now. No chance to part with a Kitsune Rush. Ex-Oblivione give up the point, but the whole point was that they'd have it back. Delayed gratification doesn't end up playing out the way they would have liked it to, and they lose the fight entirely.
They do, but, Kiriko ult on point, force the flip and retake. Nothing left for SR Peak Check, right? They drained the resources just to get that retake.
This is last fight.
Could be a strong hero in certain spots, but very slow to charge grab. It's a very slow, long building ultimate, and kind of a weak ultimate, I think, at this era of Overwatch. Not, you know, the team fight winner that it once was. And so,
is your new headset still Corsair now?
On the point. It's going to be a very scary fight for SR Peak Check.
I'm going to change my commands sometime soon, so you guys can see it if you want. I have no idea what the name is. It's like 990 DT or something.
There's Kevster, sees the round come in. Oh, fight! Not what he wanted.
Bayer Dynamic or some shit.
Apparently, the Gala was exposed. Kevster whips his head around there like a meerkat. Still up to the high ground. Do they escape from the blade once more? Is there an immortality field? Yes. Comes at just the right time, but Kevster is absolutely
nice fucking deflect.
Over to the Kiriko.
Oh, dude, SR Peak Check is always so close to fucking doing well, and then they always, like, flop.
Yeah, just step-by-step domination here. Exoblivione want to just wrap this series up, take the money, you know, head to Mallorca, take a vacation. It just looks like...
Get a tattoo.
It looks like this tournament was not a contest for them. I mean, so we saw some of these other teams playing them close. I was starting to believe, and I think even they tricked me. I think they've just been holding on to, you know, their strongest look, and now putting it on full
this
force
is the
here.
990.
SR Peak Check, look at those health bars. Though the immortality field buys them enough time, and they stand their ground. The Zarya bubbles assisting in that regard to a great degree.
For the narrators, the casters, it is, I'm pretty sure it's Uber Shouts and Jake.
Yeah, ult stat is finally coming in favor of SR Peak Check. They've got great tools to meet things out one by one, not panicking against that aggression from Exoblivione, and just the Kitsune Rush, all they need to secure the team fight. So this is well played by them. If they can keep this up and stay in control of that ultimate tempo, things could be good. But Gala, I mean, look at him. He's getting targeted down. Gets a little free value on the flank. Why not? However, there is no cleanse available for a few seconds. Hadi might find a window with his ult.
Are they thinking about that? Here's the grab, so he's got no option there.
Nope.
Exoblivione.
Damn, nice grab.
That's a massive grab. Absolutely massive grab. Huge find by Vistola. And in the grab, you know, Hadi not able to pop his Queen ult. Slight delay even on a Shockwave. I like this. Every second counts. Get a couple delayed seconds on him, right? Maybe that gets you one less fight for the contest. But this is the chance for Exoblivione to come back. For sure, they're going to take the fight here. Ghost is down, so no Baptiste. A little bit of low healing resource.
Great Blizzard here. No one
see the one thing I don't like about the Mei.
Tries to get out of the way. Didn't need a
and the other team is running Lucio. They're gonna speed out of your Mei ult. Plus they're running Suzu. They can just Suzu out of your ult.
Exoblivione never had a chance to fight on the point so far.
Like the Mei, you have to capitalize on the walls, I guess. But like I don't.
50-50 here for the next
You got cooldowns out, I guess. I don't know. I don't like the Mei pick.
Exoblivione certainly would rather have it be on the far side of the map. Oh,
but it's working. It worked for one point.
There, right? They know they don't have the players alive. They don't want to force the fight, but they are going to get the position, winning the flip here. And a little bit of space here means the world when you've got an overclock, right? Shockwave's able to set up, let the enemy walk into him, and then right when they're low resource, when they're most exposed, that's when we're going to see the overclock come out here.
Yeah, how cheaply can you win the fight here if you're Exoblivione? I think you're thinking about that now as you have SR Peak Check in a position where they're forced to part with so many ults. That sideline is extremely lengthy.
He just pulls them down that hallway.
Oh, Vistola. No idea what he's hoping for there. Maybe just to get in Shockwave's way, but that was a fight over well. And truly, Exoblivione quickly take control of this third.
Yeah, masterful performance right now. We'll see if support ults are enough to get the retake, but the other consequence, right, for SR Peak Check is that no Lucio in this comp, they get pretty much one less fight per flashpoint. You know, not able to come back as quickly and recontest. Exoblivione can even stall these fights out, and so it's scary to even commit ults with always the possibility you get kited by that speed boost. This is the danger of not running a Lucio is, you know, the enemy can just run away from your ults. They don't have to stand and fight, and then when they re-engage, it comes in so much faster.
I think it finds Blizzard earlier on. I love this from Hadi. He just pushes past that air matrix. So Zorda's trying to cleverly make use of it there, and Gale ultimately did. Taking Kevster down in Blade. Hadi a little low. I'd be feeling pretty uncomfortable here. Kitsune Rush, though. Look at his cooldowns. Perfect. There are so many cooldowns. He gets all the commanding shouts that he wants. Already has Axe up yet again. This might be it, Jake. This might be over.
Yeah, see, this is where you really wish you had a Lucio. Gallop almost certainly going to swap to Lucio here, try and get his team back faster. But will it be too little, too late? Vestola's got the grab, but
in
is
what
he even going to be able to bring it to bear?
I
think there might be just enough time, but
60.
There's a real option here for Exoblivione. Go pick off that backline while, you know, one player is forced to touch it. Gala. Oh, you cannot die right now.
We are on C9 patrol right now. There it is. They can't get to the point. Gala attempts to touch there with the Lucio. So they play close. No surprise to see main nestled here amongst the stalls, and Vistola also will look to stay out of line of sight.
Oh, they're still running the May, though.
Not messing about, though. Sauna. That can't happen. That cannot happen.
It can happen, and it is going to keep happening right now. So far, more of the same here on the final map. As you're saying, Expo, they want to wrap this up. Still, you know, just first fight, right? We've seen other teams go down easy, but I can't help but feel that SR Peak Check looks like the wind is draining from their sails. We need some kind of hero play out of one of these players on SR Peak Check. Not to win the game, that's not going to be enough, but just to give yourselves that kind of confidence, that kind of momentum in the comms, because it's so easy to lose faith in this type of situation. Down 3-0, the road back just seems impossible to come back, you know, in a reverse sweep 4-3. It has been done, though. In Overwatch history, it has been done. And so you've got to keep the faith and keep fighting. Vistola might be that leader for his team.
It's caught here, though. That shield's about to expire. Slowed down drastically. They spot a pick opportunity on Fire here.
No.
They get around him to the wall. Okay, nice wall placement. Still able to save him, send him to the high ground. But this is drawing out all the defensive utility. All of it. Another shield come up. Immortality Field got used there by Ghost to get Fire out of trouble.
Yeah, great corner now for the defense. This is their position. This is their opportunity. But Hadi doesn't even want to take the corner trade. I like this idea, coming from the flank, trying to get on top of the back line and making the fight much more chaotic and unstable, which I like as the attackers.
Look at this ult charge coming up now for Exoblivione. They are looking pretty frightening.
Yeah, a window to open things up wide. You can see SR Peak Check, they're aware of the threat. They're not letting the flank go the way of Exoblivione, but oh my, Kevster's in there.
He is out there.
What a sick play.
Another Immortality Field used there. Funny Astro goes for a beat. Only 2 players benefit from that as far as we can tell. Whereas SR Peak Check get good coverage on that ult, and Sauna now has enough space to work his magic.
Damn, ult trading and Exoblivione is down. Oh!
Slightly favoring Exoblivione right now. They're going to have the overclock that potentially might not be able to be responded to, right? If Kevster can get wide, wouldn't even hate to see him take like a really long wrap on the high ground with
nice
this overclock. Come from an unexpected angle, because the defenders, they're forced to stay by the cart, right? They've got to keep that corner under control, lest their front line just get rolled over. Would love to see an unconventional play from Kevster, maybe come from an off angle, but in the end, he doesn't even have to, right? He could just walk up.
What?
The 1-for-1, it's an interesting trade. I don't know who this favors. You know, Funny Astro probably back to the fight similar time here. Lucio, such a quick hero.
Psycho would love to line up a Blizzard. There's no Lucio for Exoblivione, though, to make it unavoidable, so he buys his time. Okay, Fire goes first, heads that Blizzard out. Psycho thinks about throwing one to cover their retreat here. Fire's going to have to ice block if he has it up. Vistola, he's looking fine, but Hardy got away with that. Hardy frozen solid there and no chance to capitalize on it because of that responding Blizzard coming out. Fire's down now, and Vistola is in trouble. Big trouble as that wall will block his retreat. Sauna's going to try and play for this small room on the side, but Hardy will pursue him. And there it is, about a minute left. We'll get that time back extension up to 3:24.
Yeah, some textbook Overwatch here right now from Exoblivione. Starting the map off pretty well. Get the car rolling here into the second point, and no ults to speak of, so it's going to be more about individual pickoffs, individual aim skill. So far in the series, that's been going the way of Exoblivione, but I think that kind of variable is exactly what you want, actually, as a team struggling like SR Peak Check is in the series. You know, you still believe in your possibility of your DPS popping off, finding their opportunity. So with no ult, that's the time.
Kevster backs up here. Vortex to slow the advance of Exoblivione. Matrix, though, is going to force all of SR Peak Check off this sideline lest they get crushed. Immortality Field buys enough time, though. Pistola will get back to rejoin the rest of his team. That BAP ultimate is now off the table. Yeah, Ghost coming in, looking, pop his own air matrix, but it's guided so preemptively there from Exoblivione. They read them like a bedtime story. Vistola here just trying to beckon someone in, say, please come and challenge this sightline with the Amp Matrix. Even Sauna had that off angle from that little window on the high ground. Exoblivione were ready for that as well. I think Kevster took a hit and then just slid on out of the way. Sky also well aware of the fact that Sauna's trying to operate from this position.
Watching tournaments makes me want to play tournaments, chat.
Fighting this early, though, is a bit risky.
Even though we're probably going to get rolled.
Because if Exoblivione gets wide, they might be able to just storm out of the choke. Annihilation on deck here for both Ramatras, and they pop it at the same time. Sound barrier and Vistola falls before Gala can use his. That is crushing. Gala now, no incentive to use it whatsoever. They'll have to give up this fight, and potentially the checkpoint too. Yeah, and V is getting poked way early. I mean, this is so heads up from Hadi. He knows May is the hero who really would want to get out there, touch the cart. Sky goes down, but it doesn't matter. The cap comes through. Now they get that checkpoint, and Gala gets staggered out. Sky might have fallen, but Hadi, with a little bit of Nemesis form left, can push out. Vistola doesn't expect the off-angle rail to come his way. He was paying attention towards the Ramatra, but Kevster was right there by him. And this is now turning into a snowball.
Salt, Jay, Waleed, Meg is a good team.
Trying to hit that retake, but ends up punishing him here now, and Low ultimate charge. Still some opportunities for SR Peak Check. They can, you know, this map, you can always bring it back, right? Even on third point, you can definitely make that full hold happen. But Kevster with potentially uncontested overclock right now. Very scary situation. He's been so consistent on the Soldier in this map.
Psycho hugging the wall here, staying out of line of sight as much as possible. Kevster with a huge pick on Ghost at the end of that last fight. Might need to top up with a mini and spend much of this overclock hiding away as Hardy was brought down to the front line. Again, Ghost, that's the pickup again for Kevster. Despite that though, SR Peak Check brimming with confidence for a moment. They just feign some strength and then back up to the cart.
Ghost going to Moira. Oh, okay, no. All right, I like this. He got the spawn optimizations. Love it. Using the fade in the spawn to get back just 2 seconds faster, it matters. And Ghost really pushing the limit, giving his team everything he possibly can. Every advantage. They need it.
Things that you never think of. Pistola forced to block as he moves up back, but Kevster finds yet another pick. It's Sauna this time. Psycho, though, comes out of Ice Block into a face full of damage. He'll get taken down by the Vortex.
He got him frozen, though.
2 other sources of damage. The Blizzard makes some space, but that's about it, really. And Kevster finally gives up the Ghost fire, ends his running riot.
Yeah, so far this has been a good last DPS, right? Like finally the card is stopping, you know, and they're not able to finish the map. Still, Exoblivione, they've got their opportunity. So SR Peak Check, they've got to stay consistent, stay locked in. You can't be giving up anything for free here, right? A pick would just be disastrous in this moment. Kevster, Cycle, you know they're hunting for one.
1 minute, 27 seconds. Beat here would be nice for Funny Astro. Give them a up-close and personal engagement. Chance to get past Pistola. Look at him being ignored. They just circumvented the Ramatra, looking for Fire, who goes into that ice block. Annihilation for Pistola used early. Hardy holds his and waits until he gets into the back line. He's scared though, and it would be too about that air matrix, so he just hides away. Waits, but eventually Sauna
damn.
will see him emerge and take him down. 3 versus 2 now though, numbers favoring Exoblivione on the carpet. The spawns will be quick. Gala doing a good job staying alive for as long as he did and gives Sauna the opportunity to at least take a trade on Lucio's. Exoblivione are going to be staved off once more.
Yeah, great clutch by the defenders. God, Kevster is just taking souls out here. You just can't get rid of this guy. He always finds the last pick in the fight. He gets out one more time, and Pistola keeps being forced onto the Doomfist. It's not the end of the world, but it does slow down your next ultimate on the Ramatra. Could end up being painful as now window overclock in the cards here. Kai maybe could counter that with a well-placed Blizzard, but look, he's already under so much pressure.
Already pops the ice block. That's the overclock now coming out from Kevster. Sky keeping a respectful distance and just staying in a position to benefit from that amp healing.
Oh, I thought he was going to shoot that.
Anything off this overclock, finally able to bring Pistola down, but it's a trade of Ramatras at best. Disrupt the shot means he has to go around the outside, and an immortality field means Fire can skitter away to safety on the right-hand side of the map here. Hardy switches to the Winston. Will he be back in time? 2 seconds left in the round. The Psycho's playing it safe, conservative, behind the cart here. Kester's low. Look at the aggression from Sauna. He's trying to wipe them off the map, and now it's going to be a sound barrier thrown.
Yeah, see, look at the casting, bro. I could not do casting that fast.
The Doom gives up the idea of building that Ramatra ultimate, but now has a moment to accost Kevster, but he's low. Power block now, and it's a sound barrier build up for Funny Astro. The longer fight benefits him here. Gala again, stalling on the cart. Ghost as well, playing that off angle. Sauna needs some more kills here. Putting the shots into Hardy, taking him very, very low. And eventually, Exoblivione, they peter out.
Wait, they can actually...
Here. It's just Funny Astro to keep them in it, and they'll have to be satisfied.
They can actually fucking hold. They can win this.
That's such an incredibly tight defense, clutched out in these last few seconds of the team fight here by SR Peak Check, so they do have a road to victory here on map 4, but it's a long one. We've seen many teams fall before even getting to third point, so it's going to take clean play to get them another hope of life at this series. But well done by them, right? To like have the presence of mind, the consistency to keep fighting well, even doing these little micro spawn optimizations. I mean, it seems like a small thing, right? Crossing spawn on another hero, if you don't have any ult charge, there's no reason not to do it. But to have the presence of mind to do that, everyone's hard calming, everyone's, you know, focused on their team fight. You're trying to think about what's the best play, but you still find these optimizations. Mark of an experienced player, and for somebody like Ghost, it's great to see him doing that so early on in his career.
What team did Ghost play on?
Even on a good day.
You said he was in the...
very long map. It's not the kind of one that we often expect to get completed. Many Shambali Monastery games end up with neither team actually getting all 3 checkpoints here. One of them getting snarled up along the way. Sauna did a great job there, playing obviously from a fairly safe
He's always
spot
been
SR
Peak. So he's never he's contenders.
There. He's able to at least
He was too young for Team Finland.
Off spawn just to make sure he can get back to the car quickly enough, stall it out, and Gala as well being very hard to kill on that Lucio is why Exoblivione pulled up short in the end.
Yeah, I do have to commend them for continuing to fight tooth and nail no matter how the series looks overall. There's always hope in it. It has to start here. It has to start with the first map, right? The longest journey begins with a single step, and here we'll see if Ghost can be part of that, right? Maybe he can find out, just like staying alive a little bit longer in these fights would make a world of differences. Explivione's going aggro into the spawn right now with Hadi.
He's 17?
Really push on Fire's position.
Jesus
I like this.
Christ,
Not playing passive
bro.
in the spawn camp. You know, sitting it back and just holding the car is a very defensive play, right? Get in there and mix it up. Oh, drone forced already. Hadi, though, is going to take a bunch of damage right now.
He is backing up at the right time, though. I mean, again, he gets 3 heads turned in his direction, so all of a sudden, the rest of Exoblivione are free-firing on SRP check trying to come out of spawn. We talked about it. It's a long map. You just got 40 seconds for free. You're feeling very good as defenders here.
Yeah, Kevster going
What's
down.
the difference between this and Overwatch League?
Out of the spawn. I wonder if Exoblivione will elect it. Looks like they're going to come in, just fight, install the car. Down one.
One of them is alive and one of them isn't.
Should be an easy cleanup for the attackers.
Can Exoblivione get away without yielding all these kills?
They're so greedy, and they might be getting away with it. Okay, they get punished.
They actually popped that Baptiste on a bit. Okay, Air Matrix here, but for what? Can you get value here? Sky Reaper can't even make use of it. Sauna has him absolutely dead to rights on that line.
He's young enough to be your kid. Okay, listen, I'm 29.
I'm feeling pretty okay.
I cannot have a 17-year-old kid. That means I would have had to do something when I was 12.
That amplification matrix, but we'll see. We'll see if they're able to return and
I was shitting myself still when I was 12.
Still a few minutes to work with. A quick cap on first is really exactly what the doctor ordered here.
2:30 to work with. Exoblivione parting with
not with that attitude. There. Okay, listen, if you're 12 years old and you're like,
they still have every other key ultimate about to be online here. It's all about these blizzards, I think. If I can be proactive and set up a good one, force Exoblivione into awkward positioning, we'll find a pick on this flank here. I don't know where Psycho is going. Doing it with Gala. Nice rail, but good wall and responses. He'll get Psycho back to safety.
Yeah, so much attention being pulled.
In the days of cavemen.
Just Hadi.
Wait, why did someone say my aunt was pregnant at 12?
Maybe gonna be saved. Yeah, he's just fine. Everyone's still healthy, except Kester cut off.
Gala able to work him down there. That's, again, on the flank. Vistola also turning up there. Hadi might need to respond to this. There's action happening on the cart right now, but Exoblivione are caught inside the small room. Ghost and Funny Astro in a duel, so he goes instead for the annihilation. It's good for Gala, but Hadi is very, very low. It's only Funny Astro left. They get rid of Ghost. No healers left for SRP check, but Vistola can bully through.
Yo, Brad, Bridgman's at 4 months. I want SRP check to win this. I want to see a close series, bro. I don't want to see a 3-0.
There's, oh no, SRP check might be getting cleaned up here, and although they won the fight, the retake comes in from Exoblivione, a master performance. Even losing the checkpoint, they stay alive and they win the cleanup. Sana, that pick onto Sky is the only thing preventing his team from getting spawn camped right now. That's absolutely massive from Sana to find that. I think they would be getting spawn held here if Baptiste was still alive.
So no spawn camp, but Exoblivione get to comfortably set up on this high ground now. Something you don't normally have available to you if the attackers get that first checkpoint and win a convincing fight in doing so.
Yeah, in the end though, overtime doesn't really matter, right? Since you were able to make the full hold on last, you always have a way to win the map right here, right now in this round.
Sky Reaper backing up. That wall's a problem. He needs to break it, and he does so quickly. Hadi getting buffeted around here by much of that front line pressure. The blows are raining in on him, but Sky keeps the healing coming. And that Matrix there will have done its job. Yes, it doesn't generate a kill necessarily, and another good lamp here. These walls from Fire really threatening though.
Yeah, it's crucial that you get a few of those valuable cooldowns out with the Maywall. Has so much impact in the fight. Exoblivione playing pretty passive here. Baiting out the Matrix though, and maybe getting around corners. We'll see SRP going to struggle to maybe find any kind of follow-up here.
Ghost is forced to use it just for healing purposes now, but you do split yourself up if you're Exoblivione. That could expose yourself to a bit of a weakness here. Pistola in trouble. So much damage mitigation. He is
holy
tanky,
shit,
but he has no
dude.
help there, and eventually
oh my god, Kevster!
Kevster so good on the Sojourn, finding a couple kills there with the overclock, and now potential for a spawn camp here. Don't love it with the card so close.
Damn, give me 1 second, chat.
An interesting risk to take.
Nice.
A lot of ults on the cards for both teams now. Going to be more about execution, I think, though, than the raw ultimate bank, right? A lot of response is going to come back both ways, and Sky Ripper coming up on that Matrix could be exactly that unexpected burst that comes in late in the fight and can close things out.
Sauna's on a big flank here. Gonna make it
overclock it.
They pinged out Sky Reaper's position.
The map's being flipped though. Exoblivione doesn't care about any of these flanks. Flipping the map, taking the attacker position.
Sky split from his team though. So is Funny Astro. They can't get to the rest of them, so the healer's not on site right now. And there it is. Psycho gets brought down. I love how they split the map. They drive a wedge in between Sky Reaper and Funny Astro and the rest of their team. And that's how they prevail here.
Fighting just early enough, though, is Explosione to that they get a retake, unless Hadi gets caught here. Oh, no. This is second point if he dies.
Oh, wait. This is actually huge for SRP check. That's actually huge. Sana popped off. I missed it.
And the dream is dead.
God damn it, chat.
Only with 4 players behind that May wall have to just throw themselves and buy some time. This is great stuff for SRP check.
Wow, they're committing.
Great blitzer. Look at the coverage. Still get a sound barrier out, though. And Immortality Field is going to be there. Buy some time. They beat for 4. Hadi will have a chance to return.
So confident from Hadi. Doesn't even switch to the Doomfist. Coming back on Ramatra. Believes in his team's ability to stall. We'll see if that pays off.
Funny Astro under pressure, though. Gala pushes his way in through the backside. Immortality Field there for Exoblivione. Still only operating with 4 players. The Air Matrix, though, has now expired for Ghost. Where is Gala looking? They've got to keep a player on the cart. And the Ice Block will stall it out further. Hadi's able to try and set up a kill there for Kevster. And Gala is felled by a headshot. With the Reaper now for Sauna. A timely switch up close and personals where
Brad presents at 4 months and support Squishy presents at 18.
Ghost is forced to hide around the corner and Kevster ignores the Vortex. Now a Tracer in his face though. The comp switch is coming out from SRP check. It's going to take a lot to get them to break this, but with Sky getting dragged down on the periphery, it's a matter of time for Kevster to fall.
Oh my god, it's incredibly close. Hadi's back though, ready to take him on the point. Funny Astro has to live. No, he does drop, so player advantage. Going the way of SRP check, and my god, nice. I mean, they get that cap, but come on, what a masterclass from Exoblivione, giving absolutely nothing away for free. I thought they had no hope.
Bro, SRP check needs to win this.
Into a 1-minute, hotly contested fight. SRP check, they've got to be sweating after something like that. I mean, they very nearly just dropped the map.
You will barely get the map done if you just free push from here on out here.
Yeah, it'll be an overtime.
Not a lot of time.
This will come down to a final fight. Ultimate available for Vistola, though. Could be some kind of opener here. We'll see. Exoblivione so aggressive, and that pick on Asana. No, that's devastating.
Sky here again, struggling to get value out of the Amp Matrix, but it doesn't matter with Sauna off the map here now. Oh, you're committing to this? Okay. Annihilation comes out here. It does claim Psycho. Vistola, those out in the open eventually will be brought down to Hadi in a Nemesis form and has an Annihilation of his own. There's no way you're winning this fight.
If Vistola did not get... Oh, no, my... Come on, they could have won that, bro. They missed the Immortality, though.
Onto the Bastion, though. Does find one, but will get caught out. Booped into the open. Funny Astro. Big frags in this fight. And, oh, man.
Moira.
That... Okay. I'm a little worried. I think the Bastion, it has some hope, but okay, yeah, it is going to be the Sojourn here in the end. Ultimate's relatively even, beat for beat. Fight just a little bit closer to Blizzard, but there's still 2 fights here for Exoblivione if they like to fight early, and the way they've been playing this series, they're not giving anything up for free.
For SRP
no Ice Block, Fight could be in trouble.
This might be the last chance for SRP check though, Jake, and Sauna's already down. They've lost their Sojourn at the start of the fight again. Funny Asteroid thinks twice about pushing up. He was down to about 70 HP there and needs to dispense this sound barrier effectively. A disengaged forced here for SRP check.
Are they going to C9? They have a May wall, chat. Are they going to C9?
Every getting punished right here, and Vistola going to have to touch car, and no real map position for the attackers. They're all corralled into this tunnel. It's not where you want to be, and Sky with the off angle can have a window. Sojourn as well to use it with overclock. This is super scary.
He goes down. He got the Blizzard out though. He's able to freeze up Hadi at the very least, but what more can you get? Air Matrix's Vistola pushes ahead of it. Kevster just ignores the Ramatra, and in mid-air, frozen up was Ghost. There's no way to run from this. No way to hide. Funny Astro brings the Baptiste down. Vistola caught out in the open, and Exoblivione are set to complete the sweep to become your EMEA Flash Ops Holiday Showdown champions. A 4-0 for your superstar team here at EMEA. What a way to sweep the competition away.
Okay, friends, YouTube thinks you might like this next video, so let me know if they're right.